I'm back again with yet another Get Ready With Me, and today we are doing a very beautiful Glame Neutral eye makeup look with a cut crease that I love to do, and I wanted to share this little technique with you guys. And I'm going to be using some new launches for this makeup look, which I'm very excited about. So let's begin. I do my brows first before anything else because I use the soap brows technique, and this is my brow soap. This is a DIY. I have the entire tutorial on Reels, so you can maybe scroll down and check that out. All I'm going to do is spray this with Fix Plus and take my spoolie that I've bent a little and pick up the product. I pick up a shitload of product just because I really want my brows to stay up. They tend to fall down really easily. All I do is comb my brows up. Let me come closer so you guys can see. And I have a lot of product on here. You guys can probably already tell the difference between both the brows. This one is soap brows, this one is like not even touched even once, and you can see the difference that it makes. It makes my face look really groomed and put together, and just gives my eye a little lifted look and gives me a lot of lid space to work with. And this one, I mean, I can't. Now that my brows are done, I'm going to prime my face, and I'm going to use the e.l.f. Putty Primer. I love this stuff. I use it almost every single time. For foundation, I'm going to pick the Maybelline Fit Me Foundation Mini. I think these are super adorable and very travel friendly. And it's great if you want to just try out some shades and you want to find your shade. I think this is perfect. I'm shade 220 Natural Beige, so that's what I'm going to use. And that's about it. I've taken very less because I want to keep my skin looking fresh and natural today. This is the Beauty Sponge by Fenty Beauty, and I really like it. So I'm first going to distribute the product, and then I'm going to sort of buff it in. And we're done with the foundation. Now let's bring you closer and show you guys the finish of this foundation. I think it looks really pretty. Balances out all the redness, and it doesn't cling to any dry patches, which is something that I really like about this foundation. For concealer, I'm going to use the Revolution Makeup Conceal and Define Concealer. Now, I'm in the shade C10, but it is not the most perfect match. You guys will see what I mean. This is slightly peachish on me, but this was like the closest match I could find. I'm going to leave the concealer be like this for about 1 or 2 minutes, and meanwhile I'm going to use my Cover FX custom enhancer drops in the shade Sunset. I use this to contour. I've taken the product at the back of my hand only because it has dried a little bit. That looks seamless, so we're going to move back to our concealer and we're going to just buff that away. So leaving the concealer on for a little bit really gives the best coverage it can offer. And whatever is remaining on the beauty blender, I'm going to put that on my lids to cancel out any redness. I think I want to use another concealer, so I'm going to pick up the Rare Beauty Concealer in the shade 230N. This is mostly for brightening because it is really light. You can see that. It's very light, but it does a fab job of brightening my under eyes. To set my under eyes, I'm going to use the Fit Me powder, the loose setting powder in the shade 15 Light. Now this is kind of dark on me and it's very pink. I'm not so sure that I am going to like it. Okay, it's not so bad. It's not so bad. I'm going to pick a little more and set my eyes. That's too much. Before I move on to my eyes, I do want to finish my brows. I'm just going to fill in these little sparse areas, and I'm going to use the MAC Cosmetics eyeshadow in the shade Espresso, and I've been using this for years, like literally years, because you can see I've like literally hit the pan long back. I'm just going to pick up a little on a slanted brush, and I'm going to do hairline strokes and fill in this little area. For my eyes, I have two palettes over here and I'm a little confused about which one to use. I have the Huda Beauty Khaki palette and the Delora Jones palette, which is I think a new brand, and they sent me their palette and it is pretty, like the color scheme is really nice, and the Huda Beauty is also perfect for the eye makeup that I want to create. So there you go. This is actually a really beautiful palette. Like if you want to invest in a small little palette and you want to get all the basic shades along with some beautiful metallics, I think this is a great palette to get. I think today let's go with Delora Jones because this is a new brand and I love supporting new brands. So this is the color scheme and I think it is beautiful palette. Like we have the mattes, the metallics, and some beautiful like high shimmer. I'm going to pick up the shade Night very lightly. I'm noticing a lot of fallout, so I'm going to place some loose shadow over here so that it can catch the extra fallout and I can just dust it away. I didn't want to do that because I do want to use a cream blush, but that's okay. I think I'm gonna have to switch to the Huda palette because the blendability on this palette and the color translation on the skin is not the best and it's kind of ruining my look. So I'm going to switch to Huda Khaki palette. So I went ahead and did the exact same thing that I had done previously using this shadow from the Huda Khaki palette. And now I'm going to take this shade. I'm going to place it right above the shadow that I've placed. And now I'm going to take a clean buffing brush and buff this entire thing. Now comes the fun part. I'm going to take a little bit of makeup remover on the palm of my hands and I'm going to take a flat brush like this. I'm going to dip it in this makeup remover. It's like a micellar water. And then I'm going to carve out this line. I used this eyeshadow to fill in the entire area. I'm going to do the same thing on this eye. For my lower lash line, I'm going to pick up this shadow again and apply very little bit on the outer edge. Now I'm going to take this shadow over here and buff out this dark eyeshadow. For my kohl, I'm going to use the Natasha Moore Cosmetics Kohl Me Fantastic in the shade Ultra Black. And I've applied it on this eyes and it is super smooth, jet black and so easy to work with. Next, I'm going to use Natasha Moore Cosmetics Mascara. Okay, I had plans of putting on false lashes, but I don't think I'm going to because this looks good. This looks good as it is, so I'm just gonna leave it be. I'm really excited about the blush because I'm finally going to use my Tower 28 blush that I picked up a few weeks back, I think. I haven't used it yet and I have been dying to because it looks so pretty. I just swatched it yesterday and oh my god, this is a beautiful shade. This is a cream blush and this is in the shade Power Hour. It's a little difficult to open, so that's one thing I do not like about it, but look at the shade. It is so beautiful. I'm just making sure my hands are clean before I use it. Okay, so I'm just going to take very little because I know this is very pigmented. That looks gorgeous. I'm going to use my beauty blender for the other cheek. This shade is so pretty. It is so pretty. I'm so happy. This blush was on my wish list for the longest time. I'm so glad I finally picked it up. Totally loving the blush. Now for my highlighter, I'm going to use the Becca highlighter in Champagne Pop. This I picked up during the Nykaa Hot Pink sale and this is another product that has been on my wish list since forever. Lastly, for my lips, I have a bunch of lip products here. So firstly, we have the Maybelline Sensational Liquid Mattes and I'm really drawn towards the Nude 01. It's so pretty, but let's go through more. So I'm going to go with MAC Lip Pencil in Spice. Now for the actual lip color, I'm going to choose the Powder Kiss Liquid Lipstick in the shade Impulsive. I feel like I want a little bit of gloss, so I'm going to add the Lime Crime Wet Cherry Gloss in Extra Poppin'. And here is the final look. It turned out a little differently than what I had imagined it to be, but I like it nonetheless. It's very glam, very sexy, and goes perfectly with my wild hair today. I hope you guys enjoyed this little get ready with me, and I'll see you guys soon.